I've never read Jane Eyre. Now that I don't work in a bookshop anymore, I can admit that. That's what I'm going to talk about today, working in a bookshop. I'll be burning bridges. Those are the lyrics, that's fine. I won't be anyway. After favourite musical and Anon's telling me to die for supporting Hillary, lol, the third most common thing I'm asked about on Tumblr is what it's like working in a bookshop. So let's tell all. I loved that job. I loved working for Waterstones. I honestly think they are such a wonderful company and they're not even paying me anymore, so you know it's legit. Let me tell you for why. First up, they're owned by a Russian billionaire, one of the good ones. This is a guy who can do literally whatever he wants, but he decided to buy a bookshop chain that was hemorrhaging money because he thought books were cool. They're run by a guy who lives and breathes bookselling and who sees it as his responsibility to keep the company in business so that the publishing industry can flourish because he thinks books are cool. And they're staffed by the biggest and best book nerds in the country who would delight at the opportunity to put the right book in your hands because they think books are cool. And that pretty much is Waterstones' ethos. Books are cool, let us sell you them. Obviously it's a little bit more complex than that. They need to make money, they need to be competitive, they are a business after all. But whenever you see a book picked as book of the month, or you see a single title take over a whole window, or there's a bookseller standing at the till telling every single customer about the same book, the reason is that is a damn good read. Waterstones relies on your faith as a customer, as a reader, that their word is solid, and they've worked so hard to rebuild that trust, a trust that had disappeared after so many years under ownership from a company who took payment for promotion of certain titles and frankly couldn't care less.
Yes.
That was mildly terrifying.
I don't know. I'm just down there. I'm got a brain block, writer's block. That's
Right,
the one.
okay.
And so I'm just pacing around, and I thought I'm gonna go upstairs and disturb Dan.
Topical, we're talking about books.
Are we?
We are.
I'm not writing a book.
Oh, but if you were going to buy books, where would you buy them?
Amazon.
Fucking. You go on Amazon, you're looking for a thing, you click around, you find the thing, you buy the thing, good, fine, as you were. You go into a bookshop, a really good, thoughtful, curated bookshop, and you could leave with a pile of stories under your arm that you may never have heard of in a million years otherwise, and that could give you an entirely new view on the world. Reading is alive, reading is unpredictable, reading cannot be distilled into an algorithm, and what works in one part of the country might not work in another part of the country, and books that you thought long dead find new relevancy in a world that is ever changing and yet cyclical, and Waterstones understands that masterfully. Now that's a fairly rosy picture I've painted, so let me remind you that it is still retail, and thus comes with all the goodness and joy that only retail can bring. For instance, I've been brought to white hot fury by customers before, the ones who talk down to you or treat you like you're servile. I've been shouted at, I've been clicked at, that's my worst one. I'm lying. The worst one was one guy threatened to stab me, but I don't think that's regular. Those are extreme examples. Most of the time it's just mild annoyance. Do you know how annoying it is when a customer comes in and asks you for a really obscure author, and when it doesn't spring instantly to mind, they look at you and go, you call yourself a bookseller and you haven't heard of the works of James T. Harrington III? Mate, I've got 80,000 individual titles downstairs and you're looking for someone who's writing on chakra alignment when out of print in 1972. I don't. To be honest though, I love them. Those are the customers that make bookselling such a joy of a profession. And most of the time it's really funny. Here are some genuine things that people have said to me. Hi, I'm looking for a book. Always their opening gambit, always a closed sentence. I mean, I've got a couple, yeah. Yeah, it came out in the 60s and I think it was green. Do you know it? Okay. I'm looking for Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's just going to be in the fantasy and science fiction section. No, it's non-fiction. It's... And my personal favourite. Hi, do you know when it's going to stop raining? I am not a meteorologist.